This interview is brought to you by First Majestic Silver Corp, one of the world's purest and fastest growing silver mining companies.
Welcome back to Cambridge House Live. I'm Vanessa Collette here at the Canadian Investor Conference, Vancouver. I'm thrilled to be joined again by Yannis Tsitos, the president of Goldsource Mines. Welcome back, Yannis. It's great to see you.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be back.
Yannis, when we spoke in January, you had just put this new company together, and you were pursuing sort of a phased approach, very similar to Silvercrest. So where do things stand at the moment?
Yes, we have moved to the next step as we discussed. In February, we initiated the construction at the mine site and also the processing plant in Canada, United Kingdom and Mexico. We have put a couple of news releases reporting the progress. We feel we are on a very good pace to develop the project on time, which means commissioning some between September and November, possibly the last quarter of this year. And on budget, which is very important these days, as we understand.
Absolutely. So
most elements are under control, and the first package of the processing plant has been completed. We would just try to ship it now to Guyana and work on logistics. Second package will come in August, and the independent contractors building a road between connecting the mine and the nearest city. Town of 3,000 people called Madia. We're 75%. So
the plants are being shipped in two different packages, and then you're having the road built as well.
Yeah, and 50% on the mining equipment purchase and procurement and so on. Hiring people. We are well in all fronts. So we feel we will be on time.
On time and on budget.
Absolutely.
That's great.
That's extremely important for us.
Absolutely. Now, the project seems to be pretty great on paper. Why do you think it hasn't been developed before?
Look, the project was discovered years ago, but it was always with one holder before I bought it in 2010, and that was the IAMGOLD Cambier Group, okay?
Right.
So they had bigger mines in sight, and obviously this was always an exploration project. I recognize the value of the asset and the fact that we could expand the asset. And frankly speaking, we spent about 4.5 to 5 years and about $7.5 million in exploration to make it what we know today as a resource.
Right.
Okay, so it's not like had any delays or adversities by any means.
Right. Now, you're developing the mine in phases, so how confident are you that the cash flows from operation will be able to fund continued development?
This is a very good question, and I liked it a lot. So we are confident that we will produce at very low operating costs. And when I say low operating cost, according to the PEA that is considered and is compliant, we are talking about $480 Guyana costs. Wow. And less than $650, let's put it this way, when you put overheads, Canadian overheads and everything.
All in
sustaining capital, right? So, therefore, even with the current gold price or whatever happens, it's one element I cannot control. But as long as we keep the operating cost at this level, the profit margin is good enough to move to phase 2 development and so on. Now, the other beauty of the company, and I want to mention, is we go to this development with zero debt. So therefore, even if we had some opportunity to expand faster, maybe we should consider something like that. But this is a matter of board decisions and the company on an ad hoc basis. At the moment, we are focused to develop the phase 1 and then produce the operating costs I mentioned, and then we will be in good shape.
I think we talked about this a little bit before, but are there any challenges with the fact that you're in the rainforest?
There are always some challenges when you're in the rainforest, but not only. Every environment has its own challenges. So we have mitigated all risks on this front. Historically, in Guyana, in South America, the Omai mine and now Guyana Goldfields or Troy Resources are developing also big deposits. You operate 365 days, in the year. So it's the rain doesn't stop you. You just have to manage the rainfall in terms of water management and pits and so on. But it's going to be business as normal.
Are there any security issues being in the jungle, or?
you definitely have to be more careful because you don't have the visibility that we have in the Mexican desert, in Sonora or in Chile. But we take all the appropriate measures. We will have a security company, and in the first couple of phases, we don't expect to produce huge amounts of gold, and therefore you ship your gold in very frequent ways. And I think will not be a big risk for us in this kind of coming years, right?
And do you think this is going to be a one-mine company, or do you have future plans to expand?
You always you learn to do one step at a time. Okay, right. It's and the task here and the mission is to develop this project on time and on budget, if not under budget. Then expand Eagle Mountain to a significant phase where we say that this mine now can produce for quite a number of years, and also go even to the hard rock later on. But opportunities come and go, and in this kind of market probably even more. So you always have to be vigilant and understand what's happening around you, and we do that, and we're already active in some discussions, but the task is develop Eagle Mountain, and the rest will come by themselves, right?
And what are some near-term catalysts that investors can watch out for?
The most important catalyst, I guess, is, and I would say that people should follow us on our news. We put every kind of 45, 60 days an update on the construction phase. Go through the summer with no adversities in terms of the development, and the biggest catalyst is obviously when in September or October we will come out with a big on the announcement of the commissioning of the mine, and then production levels and capacity, and obviously everything to be done on accident-free, environment-friendly way, right? So that's big things for us.
That's excellent. Well, Yannis, thank you so much for the update.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, Vanessa, again, and thanks to the audience.